Welcome back, everyone. It's My Guy Knows a Guy here on my sports betting predictions channel, and I'm here to share a few NBA picks and player props predictions for Monday, January 6th. I have 4 picks to share with you today. I'll share my thoughts on each play. I think we have a pretty decent schedule in the NBA tonight from a betting perspective. Let's see how things go tonight. Here are my plays for today. My first pick today comes in the game between the Phoenix Suns and the Philadelphia 76ers. Two teams that have had really bumpy seasons so far. The 76ers did not have a good start to the season, but that was mainly due to injuries. They're actually coming on strong recently. I successfully backed the Sixers against the Nets the other day. On the Suns side of things, they've had some health issues over the course of the season themselves, but most of their problems are due to flawed roster construction, in my opinion. This team's only 11-22 against the spread, and the Suns are only 15-18 straight up this season, 3 games below 500. Not many people expected that to happen. Personally, I was never very high on the current iteration of the Phoenix Suns. I bet on them to lose in the first round of the playoffs last year against the Timberwolves. And I was really surprised that the Suns front office decided to run it back with this current roster. But there was a big piece of breaking news last night from the Phoenix Suns. They've decided to play both Bradley Beal and Yusuf Nurkic off of the bench going forward. Head coach Mike Budenholzer has decided to start rookie Ryan Dunn. Ryan Dunn has a top-tier defensive reputation coming out of college. Advanced metrics show that when Ryan Dunn is on the court with both Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, the efficiency of the Phoenix Suns overall increases dramatically. The Suns have a plus 16 net rating differential when Ryan Dunn is playing alongside Kevin Durant and Devin Booker compared to Bradley Beal. I saw that on Twitter this morning from NBA reporter Evan Siddery. And from just watching Suns games recently, it actually makes a ton of sense. When Bradley Beal is on the court with Devin Booker in particular, things look really congested on the offensive side of things. When Bradley Beal is the primary ball handler, there doesn't seem to be much space for Kevin Durant and Devin Booker to operate. We know what Ryan Dunn provides on the defensive side of things, but him knowing his role as a 3-and-D player in this league should provide added spacing for Kevin Durant and Devin Booker to cook tonight. And the offensive side of the game is what's really causing concern for this Suns coaching staff right now. The Suns were only able to score 108 points against the Pacers, 112 points against an undermanned Memphis Grizzlies team. They only scored 105 against the Warriors, and they were only able to score 89 points against the Dallas Mavericks back on December 28th. I've decided to target Devin Booker tonight for a player prop that I'm betting on. Devin Booker is averaging 24.6 points per game this season, and with added spacing on the floor, I can see Devin Booker having a much more effective shooting performance tonight against the 76ers on the road. It's also worth noting that Devin Booker is only shooting 29% from 3 this season when playing at home, but he's averaging 40% shooting from 3 when playing on the road this season. That's a huge discrepancy that I think is worth betting on tonight. My first NBA play in today's video is Devin Booker over 23.5 points at minus 114 odds to win 1 unit. I bet this line on PointsBet. I'm expecting Devin Booker to have a big night tonight against the Sixers. My next pick comes in the game between the Milwaukee Bucks and my hometown Toronto Raptors. These two teams have had very eventful seasons. The Bucks started the season terribly, but then found a way to win the NBA Cup outright. The Raptors are effectively tanking this season. They've played a multitude of lineups. The Raptors have been one of the best teams in the league against the spread, covering 60% of their games and 68% of their games at home. On the Bucks side of things, after winning the NBA Cup, they are sliding recently. They lost 2 games outright at home as double-digit favorites to both the Portland Trail Blazers and the Brooklyn Nets. The Blazers and the Nets were around plus 500 each in their games and were able to win on the road outright against the Bucks. Both of these teams are 1-4 against the spread over their last 5 games. I've decided to highlight another player prop for my second bet in this video, and it's Brook Lopez of the Milwaukee Bucks. Lopez is averaging 12 points per game and 14 points per game over his last 5 games. Brook Lopez is starting to get up there in age in this league, but his role as an effective two-way player for the Bucks has not diminished yet. When I look at how his skill set matches up against the Raptors, I can see him having an effective night scoring the ball tonight. Lopez's ability to stretch the floor and drag Jakob Poeltl out to the perimeter could be a difference maker tonight. His points prop is currently set at 9.5 points. He's cleared this line in 5 of his last 7 meetings against the Raptors. He's also cleared this line in 62% of his games this season. These role players for the Bucks need to step up tonight against the Raptors. They need to take some of the pressure off of Giannis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard. This Raptors team has not played well defensively this season. My second bet for today's video is Brook Lopez over 9.5 points at minus 120 odds to win 1 unit. If he can play around 30 minutes tonight, I expect him to exceed this line. I'm about to share 2 more picks in this video, but before I do, subscribe to my channel now, hit the like button for me, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of my upcoming picks. Help this video get at least 75 likes before the games tip off tonight. That would really help my channel grow. And also leave a comment below. It can be about anything. Let me know what your favorite bet is today. Who do you think is going to win the NBA title? Who's your favorite for MVP? Leave a comment below about anything NBA related. Let's get back to the picks. My next pick comes in the game between the LA Clippers and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Two teams seemingly trending in different directions right now. Kawhi Leonard, superstar of the LA Clippers, did return against the Atlanta Hawks the other night in a blowout win. The Timberwolves seemingly have a ton of issues on this squad since they traded Karl Anthony Towns to the New York Knicks. The Timberwolves are only covering 38% of their games so far this season, well below expectations for a team that just appeared in the Western Conference Finals. On the Clippers side of things, they played excellent defensive-minded basketball this season. They really held it down in the absence of Kawhi Leonard. This team's actually primed to make a run. They are one of my 4 NBA title futures bets from before this season. I bet the Clippers at plus 10,000. I thought those odds were obscene. If you're interested, you can go back and check out my NBA futures picks video from before the season started here on my channel. The Timberwolves' issues are mostly identity related, in my opinion. Since they acquired Julius Randle from the Knicks, they've struggled to form an offensive identity. Too many knee-jerk reactions, too many stylistic changes on the offensive side of things over the course of games. And personally, I think Anthony Edwards has leadership issues. I know he's a media and fan favorite. I'm actually a big fan of Anthony Edwards. But as a young superstar in this league, he needs to learn what it takes to lead a locker room. He wasn't scoring effectively against the Celtics last week. And after the game, he said he doesn't want to pass the ball all game. They lost that game, and his answer in the next game against the Pistons was to have complete tunnel vision to the basket, effectively freezing out his teammates to score 50 points in another loss, which was much worse against the Pistons. We know Anthony Edwards is capable of scoring 50 points in this league. This team needs to spread the wealth on the offensive side of things, and I think their loss against the Pistons the other night was a major turning point for this franchise. The optics look terrible with Anthony Edwards scoring so many points in a loss to the Pistons. While they don't run plays for the player that I'm about to mention, they need to get him involved tonight if they want to win against the Clippers. And if they do, I think they have a solid shot to actually beat the Clippers tonight. Rudy Gobert is averaging an even double-double this season, 10 points and 10 rebounds. But over his last 5 games, he's only averaging 8.8 points per game and 8.8 rebounds per game. I'm expecting the Timberwolves to involve Rudy Gobert with more lob action, more pick and roll action as well. As I said before, they don't run plays for Rudy Gobert, but when he touches the ball on offensive possessions, good things happen for this Timberwolves offense. There's also a slight uptick in his points and rebounding stats when playing at home this season. My pick in this game is Rudy Gobert over 19.5 points and rebounds combined at minus 111 odds to win 1 unit. I bet this line on FanDuel. Rudy Gobert has a solid track record of grabbing double-doubles against the LA Clippers, and I expect that trend to continue tonight. He's gone over this line in 7 of his last 9 meetings against the LA Clippers. My next pick comes in the game between the Miami Heat and the Sacramento Kings. Two teams that have had drama-filled seasons so far. The Miami Heat have been distracted by Jimmy Butler trade news. That potential trade looks like it's about to become a reality soon. The Sacramento Kings fired head coach Mike Brown at the end of December, and they're 4-1 straight up since that date. They also blew out the Golden State Warriors last night without De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox is listed as questionable for this game on the second night of a back-to-back. This is the 3rd game in 4 nights for the Sacramento Kings. The Miami Heat were blown out at home by the Utah Jazz. I'm sure that game was disgusting to watch for Miami Heat fans. They were outclassed in every aspect of the game. I think the Heat are going to come out with much better energy tonight against the Sacramento Kings. They have the rest advantage. Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo are coming off of underwhelming performances, but they match up pretty well against the Sacramento Kings team, and they have a decent track record of performing against them as well. Jimmy Butler leaving the Miami Heat is now a reality. The shock of what's transpired over the last week or so should have subsided by now. The Heat still have a quality basketball team, in my opinion, and this is a perfect chance for them to show that they will survive in this league without Jimmy Butler. My pick in this game is the Miami Heat first half plus 1.5 at minus 106 odds to win 1 unit. I understand that this won't be a very popular pick, but that's what I'm on tonight. I have a few more NBA picks and player props that I'm sharing with the paying readers on my sports betting newsletter, frenzyforecast.com. If you're interested in receiving all of my picks across all sports leagues that I cover, visit frenzyforecast.com. There's also a free tier for you to receive an occasional free post. Subscribe to my channel now, hit the like button for me, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of my upcoming sports betting predictions videos. I'll be back with more picks videos right here on my channel. Best of luck with all of your plays tonight. It's My Guy Knows a Guy, and I'll see you next time.